All over here at the Thornbury Surfacing Stadium with Chippenham manager Gary Horgan. Gary, we've said cliches have normally come out on the camera, but certainly a game of two halves today. In the end, it was a 2-1 defeat. Talk us through your thoughts, mate.
Yeah, like I said, disappointed at the result for sure. First half, I think we're in control really. It's a game of, not a game of chess, but both sides trying to work their opportunities really. And like I say, I thought we were better than them at doing that, and then deservedly got ourselves in front. Good bit of play, and Matty scores a really good goal. Then we get the penalty and should go 2-0 up. Obviously we don't score that. I saw the lads a little bit visibly sag from that, but then at that we then hit the crossbar again, so it should be 2, maybe 3, you could argue, 3-0 up, and ultimately this was probably, well, it has cost us, because then they've probably had a 5-minute spell towards the end of the game, the end of the first half, and they equalise in that, where we just haven't been ruthless enough in that moment. And like I said, that's probably the theme of the day really. It was just ruthlessness in both boxes, and at the time when it really mattered in those big moments. So yeah, look, like I say, I thought we were really good first half. We were okay second half, and again, look, we changed the shape to try and get back in it, and we created a number of chances off the back of that really. So yeah, really disappointed, but I'd be more worried if I'd come off thinking, scratching my head thinking, you know, how we not creating, or we're not doing this. So you know, that would be a bigger worry to me. So as I said, really disappointed with the result, of course, but lots of pleasing aspects as well.
Yeah, certainly looking forward to looking back on that first goal on the highlights, Gary. I thought, yeah, as far as passage of play goes and passing football, that was as good as it's been. And you did allude there that St Albans did get a little purple patch towards the end of the first half, and it was in that purple patch that they snatched the equaliser, and I didn't quite really see what happened, but we undeservedly going in 1-1. I mean, how do you come out in the second half after that to try and generate enough lift on the boys after such a disappointing end to the first half?
Well, you know, the team talk's not really much different, because like I said, for 40 minutes we've been good, and like you say, maybe that, you know, the mental aspect of football, which does affect, you know, footballers at every level, is like I said, given us off the back of the penalty, you see the disappointment in it, and maybe that focuses players' minds on the wrong thing, and then like I said, we've just been a little bit loose with how, just having watched it back, with how it all developed. And yeah, look, we then go in at 1-1, and like I say, it's not a different team talk, because actually, like I said, we wanted more of the same, and I felt we'd win the game if we did that. And like I say, created a number of chances second half, but it wasn't to be. Again, in another big moment in the game where we really needed to like I say, go and win a football. We didn't, and that's ruthlessness, as I said, in both boxes, and you can't put your finger on it as such. Sometimes if we could, it would be a formula for success. But yeah, you know, we needed to find a way today, and we didn't.
And speaking of ruthless, Gary, the changes that rang in the second half, for both sides, it was one of theirs that made an instant impact off the bench. Again, sort of, throw in from the right hand side, and the fella's taken the goal very well to win the game.
Yeah, but again, it's a really avoidable moment. Like I said, we've just not defended it very well. I'm talking about an individual moment where we should win a 1v1 duel, but actually, again, having watched the second one back, there's some like I say, I'm going to say tiredness, but we haven't done the basics well, which is what we've talked about earlier in the year and earlier this week, off the back of the reset from the Dartford game. So yeah, look, you know, as I said, ruthlessness in both boxes.
Brighter news though, Gary, the squad's sort of taking shape now a little bit. I know obviously we've got a few injuries and a few little bits and pieces that are going on there with Niggles, but Alex Bray back from just having little Freddie, and then obviously you've got Craig who's stepping off the bench now after his injury, and Ed Williams welcome back into the squad. A sort of a late deal yesterday afternoon, I hear, that sort of come good, and he stepped off the bench and looked pretty sprightly again today. Yeah,
look, Ed was someone that we wanted to keep over the summer. We tried to keep him, and for whatever reason it didn't quite work out at that time. We've managed to make it work now, which is really good, and we're really positive with that, because it allows us, like I said, to introduce even more competition in the squad, but also cover a time when we've got some injuries. Like I said, you know, Faz has come back today and he looked sharp today, I thought, but you know, I think he has been carrying a slight hamstring strain, so I think he's been conscious of that, and you know, let's not forget he's you know, dislocated his shoulder in the summer, so that's another thing that's sort of, you know, not necessarily playing on his mind, but it was good to have him back. So we've got competition all over, and like you say, when we get everybody back, if we can get, you know, Will King's out, Sam Heal's out with a viral infection as well, which is obviously affecting him being able to play any part, Leighton's still recovering as well. We've obviously got Aaron. So yeah, lots of tough and hopefully some difficult decisions when all those guys are back and back fit.
And this one goes in the book now, Gary, but we move to the next one. The fixtures, as they say, come thick and fast in this league. It's away next Saturday against Welling, a side that seem to come into every season with a new promise of strength. And under Danny Bloor now, they're sort of going ahead and they're sort of finding their feet a little bit in the league. So it should be a good contest.
Yeah, look, we'll do our work on them this week. Danny's a good manager with a decent track record of success. So there'll be one that I think will likely improve as the season goes on. So that's what you have to do. You have to look at the problems as such that you get and find some solutions. So I've no doubt it'll be another tough game this week. We're in a tough run of games coming forward. I think we've been able to maybe dominate the ball at times, and now we'll have different set of problems from like I said, sides that probably like to look after the ball as well.
Good stuff. Well, Gary, commiserations on the result today, my friend. We'll let you get on, and we'll see you next week at Welling.
Yeah,
top man. Well done.